Hello there, dear explorers.
Sveik.
Do you want to explore the world we live in a new way?
Maybe you like to spend your time actively, like ziplining, paddling across pools and stuff?
Do you love learning about history and culture?
Well, then we might have just the right adventure for you. Yodele, 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 yodele.
Yodele, yodele, yodele. Okay. So for my birthday, we went to Snowdonia National Park. For those of you who don't know where that is located in Wales, and it's one of the biggest national parks in the UK. We didn't just go to the park though, we went to an attraction, which was a complete surprise.
So the adventure in question is Go Below Adventures in Snowdonia National Park, or right on the edge of it. So whilst you're arriving to it, you can't really see too much of this Snowdonia National Park itself. However, the adventure itself goes beneath the earth in an abandoned slate mine.
Now they had different kind of difficulties, but we went for the easiest one. And it was really exciting. From the kit room, we were kind of we put on the helmets with the lights, and the harness for the zip lining, because you do a bit of zip lining inside as well. So when we arrived at the place, we were pretty amazed by how much slate there was around. There were literally lots of it everywhere. We were told that actually every piece of slate was picked up by a human being at some point, which was really impressive. Before we could actually go into the mine, we had to trek up the mountain, and the views were just stunning. It was perfectly blue skies, green hills everywhere. It was just picturesque, and the forest was absolutely green as well. It was just beautiful.
Yet, we decided to go in the mine where the weather is, well, slightly different. It's about +10, and you don't really see much, or actually, to be precise, you don't see anything at all, because the further you go down in the cave or in the mine, the less of sunshine gets in there, and at some point, because of so many curves in the cave, you don't have any light whatsoever from the sun.
We walked about 650 meters in a straight line, which gave us a really good way of getting used to the darkness, because it was quite a contrast between outside and the warmth, and then inside you have complete darkness and you have 10 degrees. We reached a big pool of water, which was really fun. We got to do a little bit of boating. Then a little bit up ahead, we could do a bit of zip lining through a pool of water, and then we were just, in some places, we were just attaching ourselves with the ropes to make sure that we're secure. So it was really fun. It was kind of an active way of exploring the cave, which was quite interesting, because at one point you need to kind of duck and pay attention where you're going. There's like water splashing everywhere. You need to make sure where you're stepping, and then on the other side you're getting these amazing stories about the miners, about their children, about the periods. There were also some pieces of equipment that was left over that we were shown and told about it. It was really exciting to me, because I love learning about culture. So it was kind of a really nice mix between the active and the exploration. Definitely one of the biggest highlights was climbing up about 90 feet up. That was kind of at the end of the actual caving experience. It was just impressive to just, after this period of complete pitch darkness, to go and climb up and finally see the light. It was really nice. And I wasn't afraid of heights at that point.
The total route in the mine we took was about 4 or so kilometers long. We were going a bit at some points lower and at some points higher, but it was absolutely exciting. It was brilliant to sort of slowly reach towards the light at the end of the tunnel.
Once we got out of the cave, it was like the weather completely changed. It was foggy. It was kind of raining, but I think it was just the fog and how thick it was, and it was just the water moving in the fog. So obviously we got we got wet. But while we were walking through the mountain, we were going down, and it was just so beautiful there. Even though you couldn't see anything, literally you couldn't see 100 meters ahead of you. There were little waterfalls everywhere. Obviously there were sheep. There was just these beautiful fields, and it was just amazing. So it was a nice kind of ending to the caving experience.
It was breathtaking, as you could just walk down there and you see these these slates that being just, you know, hand picked, each and every one of them, and some of the places people have tried to make man-made structures out of these, and maybe possibly some shelters, and then you would see these occasional waterfalls as the water would make its way through down,
and of course the gates of Mordor. That was a great joke.
But you know, each journey has its end. However, that was not the end of ours, because we still had to get through Snowdonia to get back home. So we decided to take a little bit of more of a scenic route, and the drive back home was, because of the weather and the whole nature. I think the weather really enhanced the driving experience back home, because you couldn't really distinguish between the end of the mountain and where the skies would start, and the roads that would lead you. Sometimes that would be 10% inclines, 14% declines. It was just absolutely wonderful. The experience was, second to none. And after that, by the time we really enjoyed ourselves, it was actually getting really dark. It was about 10:30 o'clock that we actually decided to go back home, and that meant about 2.5 to 3 hour drive back to London. So, but we really didn't mind that. It was absolutely fabulous.
It's as Oskar says, it was an absolutely beautiful experience throughout.
I could not have dreamt it to be better. We're going for something adventurous, and we came out actually not just satisfied in terms of our adventure spirit, but also in terms of our knowledge about the world, which was, I think, the unexpected benefit.
Yeah, it definitely lifted us up, and we didn't mind the fog and the rain and nothing. Like, we were soaking wet when we finished, and we were just so happy for the rest of the day, and even now. So we would definitely recommend it. I mean, we'll drop a link down below in the descriptions if you're ever in Wales or you want an adventure, and you know, a bit of an active side of it and with some culture, then definitely go for it. They have different difficulties. We might explore the extreme one day. Mm-hmm. We don't have the best footage from the cave. Sorry for that.
Yeah, there is just so much light that you can get, but you know, we hope that the description was informative and useful and somewhat helpful. But yeah, that's it from us today and this week. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed it. Give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're feeling even more adventurous, you can still follow us on other social media accounts. But other than that, we will see you next Monday.
Yeah, see ya.